Hi Stampin' friends! Tonight I'm going to use the Penguin Playmates Designer Series paper, and I'm going to kind of focus on using the paper as it would have arrived if you were part of my paper share that I recently did that was focused on the mini catalog, the August through December mini catalog. So this is one side of the paper. You can see it has several different colors of backgrounds and then different sizes of little penguins on each one in little scenes. So the back side has basically the same colors, just kind of, and I should, I guess, mention them. They're Jade, Fresh Freesia, the Misty Moonlight, also the Soft Seafoam Green, and then kind of sprinkled throughout is the Balmy Blue. So you can kind of see some of these backgrounds, like this background is the Balmy Blue. So I'm going to just show you a couple of different ideas for this and different ways that you might want to use some of the, if you didn't have the stamp set and the punch, that you might like to use these. First, I will say that you can punch out, let me find it here, this little guy, you can punch out using the punch. So I should mention that as well. This is the only paper that has a punch that you can punch out with the actual punch, and it punches this direction. So like you have to slide him in this way. So you can see you would have to kind of cut across and slide the punch in. So that is that idea. Okay, so first I was just kind of going to show you just basically kind of some placement thoughts. When you make the little penguin kind of the center, you can use it as almost the main point of the card. Then you could put a piece across the bottom. You could use this, that you can cut and leave like opposite colors on the top and the bottom, or the same color I mean on the top and the bottom. And then when you put your little sentiment on there, be cool, be chill, be merry, it kind of makes it where this little guy is the center. Another thing that I meant to cut out and I forgot is to cut out a circle that's like a window. Cut out a ring, basically. 2 circles so that you have a ring, and put that around your little guy. And that could be cute as well. So that's just kind of a fun way to use this paper and go ahead and let the main image be in the center of the card. And it's not exactly in the center, but it's pretty close. And then you just kind of let the card tell you where to put the rest of the papers. You could have used the matching here and just kind of like that. That could be another way. And then just, you know, put your sentiment on like that. So this is kind of a simple little card. You just need to add maybe some embellishments or some ribbon or something to just kind of finish it off. So I think this would be a nice quick card for Christmas. Now, one thing about this paper, it's one of those Sale-A-Bration papers that is available when you spend $50, either in August or in September. It does end the 30th of September. So this is a fun way to use this paper and get a lot of use out of it, even if you may not have the stamp set and the punch. Okay, then for this card, I basically did the same thing. And I just wanted to show, like, if you don't, let's say you cut your paper at the top because you wanted to use something in the center, and then you ended up with just a piece here. You can always just use the back of another piece to create the full area of the card, and then just put some ribbon right across there, or possibly even just your sentiment right at that spot and do the same thing. Then another possibility, we have these pretty little snowflakes. One side, gosh, I don't know if you'll be able to see this. It's so dark outside. I'm not getting much light. There we go. One side is iridescent and the other side is plain. So you could choose whichever one. But that might be something to kind of put down here in the corner and maybe add on here like this. Oh, I've got it too close, sorry. And just add a little bit more of a look there. And then always putting some kind of circle under it just kind of pops it up. So that's another way to kind of finish off your card and let the paper be the main focus of what you've done. And it's just pretty quick to come together as well. Then on this card, I kind of wanted to show you a couple of different things. First of all, in this blue background small paper, the little penguin and the little polar bear are building the snowman, it looks like. The snowflakes are in the, I don't know the page exactly, Connie, but they are, yes, in the holiday mini catalog. They come in a pack. Let's see, I can tell you the number and everything. They're called Wonderful Snowflakes. And you know there's that index in the back of the August through December catalog that you can see all the stamp sets, all the bundles, all the embellishments. They just kind of put them together so you can kind of try to find them. The item number is 156340, and it comes like this. Let me see how many you get. You get 24, and so you kind of, they're die cut and you just kind of punch them out. They come out really fairly easily. They just keep them so that they can stay flat. They don't want them to get messed up. But you can see how nice and shiny they are. I think that they'll be useful. You could make, honestly, you could just say that right there was an ornament, like for the tree or whatever. You could also, I think, decoupage these to a ball ornament, and it could be really gorgeous. That's another option. Maybe put a rhinestone in the center. That could be really pretty. So yeah, that is a really nice thing. And you could also punch out something in this void space here as well. It would probably have to be stays on to stay if you were going to stamp it. Maybe a to from or something like that. But yeah, there is space here that you could use that voided space. All right, so what I was trying to show you here, before I distracted myself, was that this one they're building the snowman, and in this one the snowflake is finished and they've moved on to like sledding and that kind of thing. I like the idea of putting the snowman building at the top, and then that they're finished with it on the bottom of the card, because this is one of those Z-fold cards. You know, typically we go like this, and it's a Z-fold card, but my point here is just kind of remember that you can have your Z-fold card going this way, or you can cut this and just have this little flap down, and then this could open this way. It could be stuck down right here, if that makes sense, or it could be cut shorter. Okay, so then I wanted to show you a couple of things that I was thinking for putting on here. You could just put this, have a holly jolly Christmas on here as your sentiment. And you've got there's not a lot of repeat here of the exact same penguin. Like you could just imagine that these are all different penguins and foxes and polar bears on here. So that's one thing to kind of consider. And then I also wanted to show you, like, what if this is one of the backside pieces, the little sparklies, and you could just put Peace, Joy, Love on here like this. Maybe do some edging with the Midnight Muse to maybe make it pop a little more. So that would be another possibility. And then what I would do on the inside is just probably put a round circle to sign my name on under here, so that it's just kind of, you know, stays part of this card. Another thing I wanted to just kind of show you, this is the fresh freesia that has been embossed with our snowflake die. I think they're called like wintertime embossing folders, because the other one is pine. So what I was thinking with this, you could kind of turn this into, you could put your snowflake on it and turn it into, you know, put some sentiments, something like that, put a to from on here and turn that into a top, you know, a piece just to set on top of your card, or you could make this into a tag. Another thing I wanted to talk about with this is if you cut out these little guys, which I did this just really quickly. I wasn't worried about doing an especially great job, but to me, it's going to look a little more put together if the outside of each particular animal that you cut out is the same color. So like I may not want to put it on the, I may want to put it on blue, because see, then you can see that each one has like a purple background. Another thing about cutting these out that can be helpful is to cut kind of straight across the bottom And then if you wanted to put them on like our little torn snowy bottom border, you could just pop them on there and they would look like they were standing there. Whoops, sorry. That they were standing on a little snowflake border across the bottom, if that makes sense. So just some tips on that. You know, however you cut them out, you can cut them out really neatly, or you can kind of just do it quickly. But the bottom, getting the kind of close to the bottom, will make it look like they're not floating. The more you leave at the bottom, the more floaty they look. So just something to consider about that. So I think that's about all I have for you on this. Of course, I'll put this on my blog so that we can all kind of see all of the possibilities, because there are a ton. But anyway, this is one little option. And then I had the possibility of the Have a Holly Jolly Christmas. This will get me going on my Christmas cards. I'll have several made out of this, and that will really get things moving. So I'm imagining that I'll be able to get a lot of things, probably 10 cards even, out of just what I've cut to show you all tonight. So, and that's kind of crazy to think about. So then, and this option, and then I was showing you this, where we're going to cut out the circle frame to go around our little penguin. So I hope that this helps you imagine how to use the pieces that might be in a paper share, or maybe if you've earned this paper, just kind of some different ways to use it. Even if you don't have the stamp set, I think you'll still get a lot of use out of this designer series paper. So I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a great weekend. Bye-bye.